What would be nice though is if the rep could say, here's my outbound list, and I've got 100 accounts I'm going after maybe right now. And let me see on that outbound list if any of them are doing anything from an inbound perspective as well. And they can map those two things together and then proactively reach out.
Really focusing marketing's effort on how do we get more hand raisers. But to the point we made earlier, saying, okay, like when we've exhausted all of that, who should salespeople be calling first? And it sounds like, if I'm understanding you, you're saying we've got these three other buckets and they can kind of decide, does it make sense to tap into one of these buckets, or should I just go into my outbound?
Exactly. That's exactly the question. And we would give them the sequencing on the buckets. Say, all right, always work your hand raisers first. Next, from there, work these high intent leads, which often people might call MQLs. We call them high intent. Work your high intent leads next. And those two were definitely the priority. After that, outbound was probably the next priority. We wouldn't dictate after that. It was really the first two buckets were the most important, but after that, it's kind of up to their discretion. And what we found, those reps felt like the next most valuable action for them to take was outbound oriented actions. And because they felt like they could pick and choose much more easily when doing that versus working through just a large volume of low quality. So, and that was fine. We gave them that choice to make that discretion call.
So then I assume that you're then analyzing those metrics and you're saying, okay, so we take that bucket of folks that hit the pricing page 3 times. That's your second bucket, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have your third bucket of folks that, have just done a bunch of different things on the website and have had a score. And you're looking at the conversion rate of each of those buckets. And you're saying that the second bucket with the people that hit the pricing page 3 times, each of those contacts is converting into a qualified sales opportunity more than the people that we have just in our outbound sequences.
Yeah, and that's what we would look at that. But again, we would let the sales reps make that kind of final call. If this prospect was downloading a white paper and they downloaded 2 or 3 white papers, that didn't necessarily lead to a lot of closed won business. And the reps knew that. And by the way, at HubSpot, we had a lot of content out there too. So you get a lot of these folks who are downloading basic content, but they weren't actually looking to purchase. So reps would steer away from that. And what would be nice though is if the rep could say, here's my outbound list, and I've got 100 accounts I'm going after maybe right now. And let me see on that outbound list if any of them are doing anything from an inbound perspective as well. And they can map those two things together and then proactively reach out. And this is why, by the way, attribution gets really funky, because is that if we create an opportunity out of that lead, is that due to the rep reaching out, or is that due to the white paper that was downloaded? And it doesn't really matter, because we all should be targeting revenue in the end game, marketing and sales. And I think the best marketing teams fully understand that and work towards that. But if you decide how do we invest more, I kind of don't care too much, I've always said, on that third bucket. And because we need both. You need to have the outbound effort and you need to have a little bit of the inbound interest to kind of create the right marriage for that third bucket. But the second bucket, which is the high intent, I actually call them hinkles, high intent non-qualified leads, the hinkles and the hand raiser bucket, the first 2 buckets, those were the really important ones. And we wanted to maximize volume there from the marketing standpoint.